Hi everyone, this is Wani and welcome to Wani's house. I am so excited to be participating in our girl Nichelle's over at the Lioness Lane $10 1-week meal challenge. Now, Nichelle asked myself and several other YouTubers to participate in her challenge and I took her up on it. There were some parameters for this challenge and we were only allowed $10 to spend for 7 days worth of meals. We are allowed to use coupons and we are allowed to use items that we already had on hand for that week. I had already purchased all of my essential items for the month for meals, and as usual I always have to run into Aldi's or Kroger's to just pick up a couple of things because I already knew what I wanted to do for the week. So this week I am showing you the items that I purchased, as well as one demonstration of one of my Crockpot meals and some other meals that I created for the week. Now I only cook 3 times a week. My schedule sometimes can be very hectic, and coming home every night to try to cook dinner is not going to work. So I only cook 3 times a week, and that is enough for it to last to the next day. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Make sure you go and check out the other ladies who I will list below in the description box and see what they have to offer you. Nichelle, thanks again for inviting me to participate in this collaboration, and I hope you guys really enjoy what I have to offer. Now here's my receipt. The rules that Nichelle gave us was that we had to spend $10 for 7 days worth of meals. So my total was $10.52. Excluding taxes, I spent $10.12. So I went over just a little bit. Now the items that I needed was some ground turkey, mixed vegetables, and some string beans. I had already done my monthly shopping and usually just run into the store to pick up a couple of items if I need it for my meals. So for Sunday and Monday's dinner, these is what I decided to create. I'm making meatloaf. So the items that I needed were ground turkey that I bought. I had another roll of ground turkey. Everything else was already on hand. The tomato sauce, onions, bell peppers, everything else I had on hand. So my total for this dinner was $6.99. And then I accompanied my meatloaf with mashed potatoes and the string beans that I purchased. Now for Tuesday and Wednesday dinner, I'm making a Crockpot freezer meal. It's going to be chicken teriyaki. Now the items that you're going to need for this meal is some zesty Italian dressing. You're going to need some brown sugar, Creole seasoning, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce. Your vegetables, I'm using onions, bell peppers, and carrots, and orange juice, or you can use a fresh orange. So I'm showing you here, I'm squeezing the juice out of my orange, and this orange was rather juicy, but if you wanted to get more juice out of your orange, you could just pop it in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and the juice will kind of loosen up in the pulp, and just go ahead and squeeze that out. Now once we're done squeezing all of the orange, we're going to take our Ziploc freezer bag and place the orange juice into the bag. And I'm going to also add some molasses. Now generally when I make these freezer meals, I make them a couple of days in advance. This one that I'm showing you now, I'm making on Sunday night, so it'll be ready for me to put into the crock pot on Tuesday morning. So I'm adding molasses to this. I'm also going to add some zesty Italian seasoning, salad dressing here, and this is all like it's 1/3 of a cup of everything, and that is a zesty Italian seasoning. I'm also going to add soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, and your seasoning salt. I'm using Creole seasoning. I just like the flavor of it, and you just pour all of that in there. So I'm using chicken tenders for this recipe, and for 2 days I use the 8 tenders for us, and I will add everything into the freezer bag. All your vegetables, your onions, your bell peppers, your carrots. If you want to add broccoli, you can add broccoli. Any type of vegetable that you like in your stir fry is what I would suggest that you put in this container, and make sure that you have enough of the liquids to cover and saturate your vegetables. Now that I have all of my mixture and my vegetables saturated, I'm going to add my chicken tenderloins. Now, my chicken tenderloins that I'm using are frozen. If yours are not frozen, that's perfectly fine. You might find that you might need a little bit more of the marinade, and that's okay. Just go ahead and add more of the liquids. I would not add any more of the brown sugar, nor would I add any more of the molasses. I will only add the soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and the Italian dressing. So once you put your chicken into your marinade, just go and seal up your Ziploc. Just kind of like swish it around a little bit so that it can evenly saturate your chicken tenders. On my Ziploc, I placed all of my ingredients here, as well as the 3-month date, because you can have this in your freezer for 3 months, and then you can just pop it in your crock pot. When you place it in your freezer, place it flat just like that and let it freeze, and then when you're ready the next morning, take it out about 30 minutes prior so that it can thaw out. If you need to, run it under water and place it into your crock pot. Okay, so now this is Tuesday morning, and I've taken my packet out of the freezer, ran it under some water so it'll thaw out, and now it's ready to be placed into my crock pot here. And so when I put it in my crock pot, I'm going to cook it on low for 4 hours. And if you want to, now you want to add some additional broccoli or anything, you can. I didn't. And I'm serving mine over rice, so I have everything I need in this meal, my vegetables, my meat, and the only thing I had to make was my starch. Nothing, because I already had everything on hand. Now Thursday and Friday's dinner is going to be a turkey pot pie, and all the ingredients for this pot pie I already had except for the mixed vegetables, and that was part of my receipt balance. So I am the queen of making one thing into another, and this is leftover turkey that we had for Christmas, and I just took it off the carcass, shredded it up with my fingers, and placed it into the freezer in a freezer bag. I knew that turkey pot pie would be one of my upcoming meals. It was a meal that we always had when I was growing up, when we had leftover turkey, and it's one of my favorites. So I have the cream of chicken soup, the onions, and the potatoes already on hand, and this is my $2.89 meal. If you wanted to, you can have a salad on the side. Some of my family members did. I already had salad in the freezer or in the refrigerator, so that was one quick meal. And Saturday night, my plan was to make chili dogs and fries, but we were invited to a party, and my daughter decided she was going to go to Savannah with her friends, so no one was home, so that was zero cost as well because we ate at the party. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like some of my meal ideas, and $10 was really stretching it, but like I said, I only cook 3 times a week, and my meals stretched to the next day. And another tip that I use all the time is I try to throw in a crock pot meal once a week. If it's chili, if it's one of the freezer meals, I try to do that once a week so I don't have to worry about all the extra steps of coming home and it's one day that I can actually come home and dinner is served or about ready, and I won't have to spend no more than 15 or 20 minutes in the kitchen. So guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I would like for you to subscribe if this is your first time stopping by Wani's house. And if you are a returning subscriber, once again, thank you very, very much. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. But before I do, I want to thank Nichelle over at the Lioness Lane for inviting me to participate in this collaboration. This was a lot of fun. It was very, very challenging, but when I realized it, I did these things anyway. So I want to end this video by saying, the next time you're in town, you can always stop by Wani's house. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.